And I'm Dylan Black, helping your kids get a better night's rest. Nothing wrong with that. And to help us with that exact issue, it can be an issue. She's a professional infant and toddler sleep consultant, and she's the owner of the Happy Sleep Company. Erin Junker joins us again here on Daytime. Been a few months since you've been on the show with us.
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
It's good to have you back. Now, okay, so I like this, the Happy Sleep Company.
Yeah, I named my company the Happy Sleep Company because I truly find that when a family is better rested and feels like they have this whole sleep situation with their little ones under control, they are happier. When a family is better rested, they're a happier family unit.
Everybody's happy, not just mom, dad, not just the child.
Everybody's happier when there's sleep happening.
And congratulations, so 1 year?
Yeah, the Happy Sleep Company has been around for 1 year. I've been a sleep consultant for several years, but with my own company for a year.
Okay. What is it about being a sleep consultant that you love so much, especially dealing with toddlers?
It is really making a happier family unit. When families come to me, they are often incredibly stressed out, feeling kind of at the end of their rope, feeling really like they have no control over their family situation because their little one is waking up multiple times a night, won't take their naps, everyone's exhausted. And then we come out the other side with families using terms like game changer and life changing, and that is amazing to be able to help families make that huge change.
Do families actually come to you in tears sometimes?
Every day.
Every day.
Every single day.
It's that bad.
Yeah.
It's an issue. Like I said, it's an issue. It's
because,
a problem.
I mean, sleep is pretty essential to a healthy, happy family unit and a healthy, happy lifestyle.
Okay, so let's talk then, because there's many tips that you've got here. The first one on this list of amazing tips, planning ahead is pretty important.
Yeah, so I wanted to just talk a little bit about getting started at 2018. You know, it's a good time to think about a fresh start and focusing on sleep, focusing on something that's really important to our family. So planning ahead, really important. We forget about it, then life gets chaotic and hectic, and then bedtimes get pushed back because we forgot to plan ahead about groceries and meal planning and that kind of thing, and then everyone's going to bed too late and everyone's tired and cranky.
Yeah.
So planning ahead can be incredibly helpful. Planning a grocery list ahead and a meal planning list ahead for the week that's about to come up, and then getting all your groceries on one day, and then every night during the week, instead of rushing to the grocery store on the way home from work, getting home late, you know, everyone's trying to scramble to have dinner and everyone's getting to bed late. Instead, you're just coming straight home from work, having family time, having a proper dinner time and a proper bedtime, especially when your little ones are particularly little and need early bedtimes.
A little more comfortable is basically what you're saying, instead of, like you said, because when you're rushing, I forgot this, I forgot that, I forgot that. If you're more organized and you're more planned out. Now, extracurricular activities, so you're saying it's probably best to have those on daytime, or sorry,
on the weekends.
Weekends during
for
the
most
day.
families, yeah. A lot of my clients, a lot of my families have little ones who are really little, like under 1.
Yeah.
And if your child is under 1, they're probably still taking 2 naps in a day at least. So sort of a mid-morning nap and a mid-afternoon nap. So for those families, I really encourage them to plan swim lessons, kinder music classes, and those kinds of things around the middle of the day, so their child can still have their morning nap and their afternoon nap, and you can use the middle of the day to do those kinds of activities rather than stealing away from nap time to go to swim class and then having a really overtired, cranky baby.
Yeah. For
older children, for a child who's on 1 nap, I would say do those extracurricular activities in the morning when they're still fresh from a good night's sleep. And for older children who aren't napping anymore but need a good, decent bedtime, like my daughter's 5, she goes to bed by 7:30, so we don't plan evening activities, we do that stuff on the weekends. We do like the Saturday morning gymnastics class or the Sunday afternoon skating lesson, but we don't, we try to avoid really heavy extracurricular activities at like 7:30, 8 p.m. when she should be going to bed.
Yeah, because then, you're exactly right. Not only should they be in bed, but if they get home at 7 or 8, then they need to sort of wind down from that.
Yeah,
they're
and
still
sometimes
sort of...
I feel that one thing we neglect to realize, or we just don't understand, is that most children under the age of 10 need 10 to 12 hours of sleep at night.
That's a lot.
So if your 8-year-old is not going, is going to hockey practice and not getting home until 8:30 and then still has homework to do and doesn't get to bed till 10:30, he's probably missing out on a couple of hours of necessary sleep every single night.
Okay, so let's talk about homework then. Where do the issues lie when it comes to homework?
So homework is just, it can be tough to get your little one to do homework. It can be frustrating for children. And if you leave it too late and your child's already tired and cranky, it's even more frustrating. And then it turns into bedtime stalling, and it can just kind of snowball. So definitely give your child a little bit of wind down time when they get home from school, but try to get homework done earlier rather than later. Try to avoid social media and television and that kind of thing that's going to distract from homework time and make it take longer, and be there for your child. Don't do their homework for them, but make sure that you're there for them to make the experience less frustrating and help them out a bit to get through that homework and not be doing it at 9 o'clock at night when they should be going to bed.
electronics and all that. So you sort of said those words. I heard that, like the gist of words of electronics. How important is it to stay away from electronics at certain
I
times?
really recommend no electronics for kids and grown-ups
Yeah.
at least an hour and a half before bedtime. It's really important, social media, our emails as grown-ups, with the emails from work, and for children watching shows, having screen time before bedtime, it just revs up our brains at a time when we really want our brains to be winding down. And not only that, but the bright lights that are emitted from any kind of screen actually inhibit the production of melatonin, which is the naturally occurring hormone that helps us fall asleep. So if we're inhibiting that an hour before bedtime, it's harder to fall asleep at bedtime. So no screen time leading up to bedtime.
But 45 seconds left, but bedtime should be family time.
Bedtime should be family time. A lot of times we forget about it. We maybe put our child in the bath and then we, wander off to the side and go check our emails. When your child's in the bath, sit with your child, talk to your child, play with your child in the bath. Do story time if your child's still at an age where you're sitting with them and reading stories at night. Use bedtime as a chance to reconnect as a family and a kind of a fun extension of family time rather than seeing bedtime as a chore.
Yeah.
And, really have that time to, give your child some choices. Which pajamas are they going to, especially if it's a toddler, which pajamas do they want? Which toothbrush do they want? Talk to them about having some control and having choices, but get to bed on time and have that family time. Children whose love buckets, as they call them, are filled up a lot during the day are
buckets.
a lot more likely to have a better night's sleep
Yeah.
and not be coming to mom and dad's room multiple times a night.
Awesome. TheHappySleepCompany.ca is the best place to connect with
Yes,
Erin Junker.
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
More daytime coming up.